It's so cold, and I mean, LA's cold.
It is.
And
I know.
I'm from Michigan, though, and I am a cold weather expert, I will tell you. 18 years there, I know how to handle cold weather. And
there's that like a dampness too. I tell people at home, I know it's cold in the Midwest where I grew up, but there's damp.
And wet.
Once the holidays are over, it's so gray, and you kind of need something to brighten your day, and you have to wear these winter clothes anyway, so why not make them really fun? And I will tell you, when I was shopping over the holidays, I saw hats just like this.
Everywhere. They were everywhere.
And high-end, and they're expensive. And I saw those, and I was like, okay, I can make these
of course you
myself.
would say that, right?
And so, yeah, that's why I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be way too much fun. And that's, you know, with the cold weather, you want a project to do, and that's kind of where this all.
Where do we start?
Okay.
What are the tools?
The tools you need. Obviously, some hats, Christina.
Yes.
Oh,
what?
Poor thing, so
I
sick.
knitted it.
This is this is for you, so that you can be as
it.
creative as you like. So
red.
you need Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, see, I knew
Perfect.
that. And yeah, so you need some plain hats that you can jazz up a little bit, and then these are from the Craft Supply. Just really fun, pretty jewels, and then just some little brooches, or even if you have some broken jewelry, you can repurpose those onto these, and I can show you how to do that. I know, big brooches, so fun.
Okay.
Okay, and then obviously, you need something to glue it on with. This is industrial strength glue, and this is really strong, and that will keep all of these lovely little jewels on there. And then for the really small jewels, I have tweezers. These really cute little tweezers, and then toothpicks. And these toothpicks will help to put the glue onto the little ones. Like that. Yeah.
And if we're ballpark this for me, price-wise, what does this cost?
You know, and it's going to depend on if you have a hat or not, but anywhere between $15 and $20. A lot of these are on clearance right now.
I know.
So yeah, that's it's too much fun shopping, and like with all the clearance stuff, I was like, oh my god, I need 5 hats.
Well, let's get started on this.
Yes.
Where do we
and so in order to make the top not stick to the bottom, put something between the hat. So I use
like my head.
You could do that if you want the hat to stay on permanently.
Oh,
and
great.
then
Perfect.
so I put a little bit of a magazine. You can use wax paper, something that's not going to be you know, super sticky, and then put that in.
That's in case the glue goes through. You don't want to stick to
you don't want to stick to the back. You want to wear the hat. So then what I do is I place my jewels. I pre-place them on there instead of just starting to glue wherever. Place them on where you'd like them to go, and I will tell you, I saw a hat that looked just like this that was at least $100, and I was like, okay, now I have one that looks just like it. And so then you do some glue onto. I like to put mine on a paper plate, because then it just the glue just wants to keep kind of coming out, and then it stays glue. Christina, you can use either use this, or you can put the glue on. Yeah, those are some bigger ones, so you can use the glue for that.
Because not that you're always washing your hat or anything. Will this hold up through a wash?
I would hand wash. I would hand wash these.
Lay flat to dry, or
I would hand wash these with some gentle detergent, and then I would lay them flat to dry. So then you just put them on like that, and I would. How
long would you leave them before you would
this dries really, really fast. This glue is awesome. It dries really fast. And another little tip is you can see we're getting glue everywhere. You want to make sure your table is covered too. Yeah, you wouldn't.
The way you said that almost sounded like a threat. It almost sounded like a threat.
And then so for the smaller jewels, I want to show you. So you pick them up with a tweezer just like that, and then using your nice little handy toothpick, you get a little bit of glue. You put it on the toothpick, like that.
Now, I know we have a Mikey's got a really super tight shot of that, but I would need my glasses.
Yeah,
It's a little handiwork there.
There you go. You could put some jewels on your glasses, too. Whatever.
What about, because this, let's talk about the flower.
Aren't these fun?
I love that.
So these little brooches, I think are really fun. They tend to be a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
So and these ones specifically have little holes in the back, and you can sew them on. And I know sewing sounds kind of scary to some people, but it's actually really easy, and you tie it in the back, so no one even will really see it. And I did some of these for you earlier, so you can see. So there's the brooch, and you want to find a piece of twine that is the same color as the hat. And then coming in through the back, finding where the holes are in the brooch, and then just going back and forth between the holes. Yep, perfect. And then you tie, of course, I like to do like 3 knots. And then all you do is cut it off, and then you can wear it.
Oh my gosh.
You don't have to wait for those to dry, right?
You're adorbs. Look at that. Isn't that
so
nice?
Cute.
That is so
They're
cute.
so fun.
Okay, but wait a second, because where does this? You talked about the sweater at the top of the show.
Okay.
You discussed about how you're gonna make a sweater.
I know. I'm so excited, you guys. I had this sweater that the material's beautiful, but the sweater was starting to get ugly. So I was like, I want to use this material for something. So earlier, I thought that it would be fun to make it into a headband. Okay. Yes, and I want to show you what I did.
Oh,
so
okay.
cutting the arms off of the sweater.
Okay.
You can kind of see there. And then I like to make sure the edges are really, really clean, so I just cut them a couple times. Making a U shape and then crisscrossing them, intertwining and then pulling. You can see, and I fold the edges and put a little bit of glue just to make it more of a clean finish. And then finish it with the glue, this strong industrial strength glue. And then pat it down. You want to make sure that that kind of dries a little bit too. And then measure it on your head. And then I just place my fingers where I want it to be, add a little bit more glue, and then fold it so that it will, it'll just stick together. And then you just do that with more glue the better, right? And then depending on the material, you may have to sew it. So every sweater you use is going to be different. So you kind of have to be the judge of that once you get to that stage of the process.
Can you put like?
Oh, and this is,
gosh.
you know, you would read my mind, Christina. You are so fashionable that
I was wondering what you were going to do with that fabulous
I thought
clip.
of you when I saw this clip too. I was like, Christina is
So
going
there's
to
no
love
sewing
these
with
details.
this.
This is new. You know, but I will say certain materials work differently. They're different sweaters. So if for some reason it's not sticking, you can sew it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So if it doesn't work, but this has, you can see the little back
pin.
to it.
Oh, sure.
It's a pin.
Okay.
Yes. So that sticks, or that you just. I mean, it's so easy. But if you didn't have that, I would sew this one. This one's heavier.
It's a heavier one.
Yeah. If it's heavier, then. And then I know Christina's like, I'm so excited.